Shalom to everyone who's listening to me right about now. I have an amazing word of encouragement and direction to someone who's watching me. A quick reminder that you are not listening to this message by mistake. You are not watching me by coincidence. There is a reason as to why you are listening to me right at this time. My dear brothers and sisters, today's powerful message is don't be discouraged to the extent that you start cursing God and those around you. Don't reach that level where you forsake God and you start thinking that God is responsible for your problems. My brothers and sisters, before you speak a word against God, first know what the problem is and who caused it. Because the one causing that problem could be right next to you. My brothers and sisters, some of you, it is because of your disobedience to God. That is why you're going through that problem. To others, it could be because of the people that are around you, that are dragging you down, that are putting you down, that have done witchcraft in your life. So my brothers and sisters, don't speak negative against God and against you. Some of you have passed judgment upon yourselves without knowing. You have already judged yourselves. You speak words of judgment against your life, that you will never get up, that you are poor. You still confess that you are poor. And yet the scripture says, let the poor say, I am rich. Let the weak say, I am strong. Some of you still think you are weak. You go to work thinking that, oh no, I'm weak, I cannot do it. The scripture says, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Not some things, not one or two things, all things. So start believing. Start believing. I want to read you a scripture that is from the book, of course, of Numbers, chapter 21, verse 4 to 8. Numbers, chapter 21, verse 4 to 8. And it reads, Then they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. And the soul of the people became very discouraged on the way. And the people spoke against God and against Moses. Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and our soul loathes this worthless bread. So the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they beat the people, and many of the people of Israel died. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. So Moses prayed for the people. Then the Lord said to Moses, Make a fiery serpent and set it on a pole. And it shall be that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, shall live. What a powerful word. Scripture starts by saying that they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom. They just went around the land of Edom, and the people were so discouraged because the journey was too far. It was too hectic. It was a dry land. Remember that they were walking in the wilderness, a place without water, a place without food. The people complained. Some of you, at the point of your life right now, you are in a dry place, a dry season. In other words, A season that has borne no fruits. You have tried to do this, it has not worked out. You have tried to put things together, they are not working out. And you are very discouraged. Some of you were close to the breakthrough, but at the end of it, all things collapsed. So you were so discouraged. Some of your relationships have just ended. They are no more. But my brothers and sisters, even in your discouragement, even though you are discouraged, never speak negative about you. Don't you know that your body is the temple of God? Don't pronounce judgment on yourself. These people pronounce judgment on them. And the scripture says they complained and they were discouraged. And the Lord sent fiery serpents. Remember this, not just normal serpents, they were fiery serpents among the people. These serpents beat the people. And some of them died. Some of these serpents have beaten you. It is because you have opened a door for those serpents to enter. Remember, these people were in the wilderness, but they were never bitten by serpents. By the time, as long as they did not complain against God, no serpent was biting them. But the moment they started complaining, serpents showed up. Some of you, serpents are waiting for you to start speaking negative about you. Fiery serpents are waiting for you to start blaming things on God. And that is the door. By you opening up your mouth, by you opening up your mouth and speaking negative, you are opening doors. Now the scripture says, then the Lord said to Moses, make a fiery serpent and set it on a pole, and it shall be that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, he shall live. The same serpent that bit them, when they looked at it, they lived. My brothers and sisters, healing is on the way if you obey the voice of God. This is the end of this message. Until next time, shalom.